Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Mikey Bustos bringing you another interesting video. Today's topic certainly is something that sparked a lot of interest in me as of late over the past few months because, for one thing, it's become pretty relevant for whatever reason in my life, especially particularly during an experience last December. For those of you guys who haven't seen my reenactment video of what happened to me in December, click here. So this video is about UFOs and UFO sightings that have been happening as of late. Um, basically, uh, in August 28th, 2009, so 2 years ago, NASA sent out a message, a broadcast, far, far into space, deep into space, with direct instructions on how to get to planet Earth. I believe it was August or it was November or something like that. Now it's this big thing where we, for whatever reason, are beginning to sight unidentified flying objects in a lot of the major cities all over the world over the past 3 years. So the UFO sightings over the past 3 years have been um, greater than normal. And for those of you who haven't seen this video, click there. That's a video on just some of the recent, it's like a collection of some of the recent UFO sightings that have been happening over the past 2 years, including Philippines. There was a recent one in Philippines, and they were featuring it on the news. There have been several, I believe, one in Boracay and one in Cadiz. So yeah, really, really interesting stuff indeed. Do I believe in aliens? Yeah, definitely. It's certainly plausible. 2010 was a great year of discovery for us. You know, we discovered that, DNA, Earth, life can exist without the DNA that we know in in our textbooks. You know, um, an arsenic-based genetic info, so we discovered kind of a new form of life. 2010, we also discovered Gliese 581, which was an Earth-like planet with, that they were 99% sure had water on it, and so likely also had life on it, a neighboring planet. And then we discovered, what was it, like a whole series of miniature suns with a billion Earth-like planets. Our instrumentation now is becoming so sophisticated that we can actually identify that there are Earth-like planets out there. And for those, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, so what, for those who are religious or, who believe in God, and those particularly who read the Bible, I go, how does that fit into, I guess, like spirituality that way? Well, I know many, many people who I love and hold dear to me follow the Bible closely, and a lot of them quite literally. But I always tell them that, God is an omnipotent being. There is no limit to his omniscience, to his intelligence, to his creativity, and to all he does. So he is in no way obliged to reveal to us everything that he's doing. So just because aliens don't appear in the Bible or scripture or whatever, doesn't mean they don't exist. And it doesn't mean they haven't been among us for since the beginning of man. Of course, there are all these theories that aliens planted humans on Earth, or planted life on Earth, and kind of like have been farming us, that sort of thing, cultivating us for whatever reason. But anyways, how do I feel about these recent UFO visitations that have been happening more than ever now? Well, when I saw that video that I recently posted, It kind of presented it in a scary way because it kind of basically says that the government knows about it. I firmly believe the government knows about these UFOs that have been visiting us. You know, in China, they had to close down an airport for a while because of an unidentified flying object flying in the air. And then, you know, there was more afterwards in China and all over the world, really every continent. Um, you know, they make it sound scary because they make it seem like the government is hiding these UFO appearances. And, you know, recently there was a very startling one in Jerusalem where a UFO kind of lands on top of, you know, the Holy Temple, and then goes shooting up, and it's caught from three different angles. And then there was a fourth video which they said was a hoax, clearly a hoax. Um, well, ufologists, and that's what they're called, ufologists. There are tons of forums out there. Um, have said that that one was definitely a hoax, that fourth video, and they're saying the government planted that so that people would, you know, deem the entire Jerusalem sighting, which was so well filmed, as a hoax. But you know, they're saying that the three others that came before that were actually genuine. So it's really interesting. You know, I kind of understand why governments all over the world would want to try to, you know, keep all investigations and preparations on UFOs secret. Because hello, that would cause mass hysteria. People would be freaking out, and you know, you got to keep the general peace. Eventually, I do believe that the government it'll get to a point where the government will say, "Okay, guys, listen, we've come up with a plan. This plan has been going on now for 5, 10 years. These are the programs we've set in place in the event that extraterrestrials are visiting us." You know, and I think the UFO sightings will be so frequent now and accepted that it'll get to that point where governments all over the world will have to come out and say, listen, yeah, we've this is what we've been doing, you know, top secret, but we do have a plan. That to me is reassuring, as opposed to like, okay, guys, aliens now are visiting us. We have no plan. Sorry. Am I afraid of the aliens? No. No, only because I choose not to. What will being afraid now do? It won't do anything, right? But I like to think about the possibilities, you know. You know, Stephen Hawking, he had a kind of grim view and perspective on these aliens visiting us. He says, why are we assuming that they're going to be friendly? You know, they're going to, like the analogy he used was the Christopher Columbus, you know, conquering the United States, or North America or whatever, saying that, you know, the Columbus team took over and completely conquered the native Indian land and made it, you know, USA, Canada, etc. But I don't know. There's also the possibility that aliens will, you know, infiltrate us and, you know, kind of share their technology and their knowledge and, you know, medicine and all of that, which to me is a little exciting. I would rather choose to look forward to that, you know, and assuming they're intelligent life, they're not just going to like appear. I'm sure they have some sort of plan to, you know, calmly, I guess, introduce themselves um, and sort of like, you know, formally, peacefully, and strategically interact with us. Um, you know, because they don't, for all they know, they don't know what warfare we have, I would assume, unless they've been studying that already. But anyways, so those are my thoughts on extraterrestrial life. I do believe they exist. I look forward to contact with the extraterrestrials. And can you imagine what kind of monumental era that would be for mankind to be able to make official global contact with another civilization or civilizations? To me, that would be a huge leap in the um, evolution of mankind. Anyways, thank you guys. And what do you guys think of the UFOs that are visiting us? Are you afraid? Are you excited? Are you skeptical? Leave a comment in the comment section and let us know. Or leave a video response. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say. Thanks, guys. Love you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.